Hey guys, Barry with FatherSeekers. This is the FS 100 Challenge, number 51. Holy cow. It's awesome. Today, this week, focus on discipleship. Now, that word, discipleship's thrown around quite a bit. It's thrown around quite often, and it means many different things to many people, just like being a Christian means to most of the world's religions. I want to define for you the word discipleship. And then from that, I want to make my remarks based on that definition again. Download the PDF. It's going to help you. It's going to help you get a grip, or at least a starting place to develop discipleship in your life. It's also a good tool, as are all of them, to share with friends. It's free. You owe nothing except the download time. Discipleship. Here's the definition. Biblical discipleship is following Jesus Christ as both teacher and Lord, actively imitating his life, teachings, and values. It involves holistic transformation of worldview and behavior, aligning one's life with Christ's example. It is the imitation and emulation of his life and ministry in your life. That's a lot. So from that point, I want to go forward, and I want to give you a couple of ideas about how to be a disciple, how to walk through that. Now, I cannot, there's no way to go through everything that's on the PDF. There's way too much information, way too many descriptions, way too many Bible verses. I would just encourage you to grab that, go down to the thing on the newsletter, hit the PDF thingy, download it, it's free. Following Jesus has been made more difficult and confusing than it actually is. Jesus said to Peter while he was fishing, "Follow me." That's all Peter had to do, was drop his stuff in the moment and leave and follow Jesus, and then follow his direction, his instruction, his command, his lead, his leadership, to follow that. That's what we do. How do you do that? Well, first, we have to follow Jesus by reading the scriptures and beginning to pray to God. If you don't pray, simply this, it's talking to God, praying, talking, listening. A couple of episodes back, I talked about journaling. Write things down. When the Lord speaks, it's very wise to write things down, because they tend to slip your mind if you don't write or record them some way. But as we follow and we read the story about Jesus and what he did, especially in the Gospels, if you read the Gospels, you can see how he lived, what he did, how he asked people to follow him, how he led those people, the things he did, how he prayed, how he walked with his Father. It's a beautiful picture from beginning of creation to Jesus' life and ministry on the earth. And now he's left that to us, for us to do that until he catches us away. And then again, later on, he returns. So there's work to do. The first step in being a disciple of Christ is to follow him with all that you are. Now, you notice I didn't use the word Christian. The reason I didn't is because that word is so overused, underperformed, and underdefined that as I've realized, most of the world religions now consider themselves to be Christian. It's just not true. It's just not accurate. So I use the word disciple. I'm a disciple of Christ. I love the Lord Jesus. I imitate and emulate his life. I don't throw the word Christian out. I just don't use it anymore. And besides, it's not even really fitted in the New Testament. I believe it was used one time with the Bereans. It's the first place they were called Christians, but then it was used as a derogatory term. So I'd rather use disciple. It speaks of Jesus and who he is. Follow Jesus. Let me give you a couple of steps. There's bunches on the PDF. Number one, let me just tell you the two things in the definition. There are two words there that I used: imitation and emulation. Imitation means that I imitate what he did, what he said, how he acted, how he responded, how he lived, the things he did. We imitate those things. We even, by doing those things, by reading his words, by reading his history, by seeing how he performed in the world, we begin to get to know him that way, and then we begin to understand him. Emulation means that the things he did that I do as well, like he served people. He loved the marginalized, overlooked, and underprivileged and underrecognized. He paid attention to those people. He loved God. He spent time with his Father. So if you just take two things away from this, and again, PDF's full of stuff: imitate and emulate the life of Jesus. The question we all have to ask ourselves is this every day: do I live a life worthy of imitation? This is Barry with FatherSeekers. This is the FS 100 Challenge. Be a disciple.